Hello friend, welcome back. Here we have successfully complete all that there are the 5 APIs. Here we successfully complete everything, right? Now I want to do, I have already created all that route for the task, for the user, all that route I have added in particular this index.js area. So now I want to segment it. I want to segment it just like our models. I have already created another model folder and all that our task related model, everything I have added in here. And also for the user, I have already done everything in here, right? All that our validation, model input, everything I have done in particular this user area, and also for the task I have done that task. Now I want to segment all that our routes. Okay, so if you want to do that work in our tags, into this tags area, I want to create another new folder and I just name it as a route. Okay, I name it as a route. So this type of one of the folder I simply created, and here I want to create another new file. Okay, I create another new file and I just name it as a task.js, and also I want to create another file as a for the user, create a new file and I name it as a user.js. Okay, I simply created both of these files in here. Now I want to take everything. Right now our user tags will be not needed. In our index, from to the index one by one, I want to take all that our routes. Like first of all, that is our post route, right? Here I have already done it. Better I simply select it and I cart it from to this position. That will be in our task. So to the task I paste it, and I again go to there. There is another one as a user. I simply cart it. So user related everything I want to save it in our user.js. And also there is another task, and also there is also another task, right? I take both of these, I cart it from here and now into the task area. After this I paste it. Okay, and then also this one for the user, I simply cart both of these, and also that is for the user, that is also for the user. I simply select everything and I cart it, and now in our user, after this I paste it. All the route what exactly I have done for the create the code application, I simply add all that our routes. You can see there is all that our routes. Great. And now there is another one as a task ID. I simply cart it, and then that will be in our task, and then I paste it. Okay, I simply make it as a clean. So right now our index is totally clean. Okay, index is totally clean, everything is great. So now first of all, in our task, into this task area, we have to load our model, right? I have already created on the model for the task as a task model. So here we have to import it. I simply want to do here in particular that position, I take that constant. So that will be as a constant, and into this constant area, here I name it as a task, right? So that will be as a task, cause from to the task model, I have exported by the task. Okay, so now I simply take it, and now that is our task, and task here I want to require it. That means here I have to import, that will be the require, and require our folder name. First of all, we have to go outside from to this folder, and you can see there is a model, and after that model, then I want to access our model name as a task. Okay, I simply import our task. Great. And also we have to do, I want to actually pass all that our route, right? So here if you want to pass this route, here also we have to load that express and also express router. Both of these, first of all, I want to take it in here. First of all, I want to take our express. So that is a constant, and I just name it as the express, and then I want to require it, require that express model. That means express module. Okay, I simply load this express module. Great. And also I want to take that our express router. So for the reasons here, I take that on the constant. Okay, constant variable, and then I name it as a router, and then the express, and there is also another method in our express as a express router. I simply call this our router method in here. Now we have to do before this app. Okay, before this app we have to pass that router. That's all you have to do. So now I simply select it. That will be as a router, and then the app. Okay, every our places we have to now add this router. I copy it, and also here there is another one. I paste it. So that will be the router. Better I copy it again. I paste it, and also there is another one for the delete. I paste it. Great. Okay, so that is a outer app for delete, outer app for get, every data here. I simply added that router. Now we have to export this router. Okay, here in particular this page here, after this I want to export it. That will be as a module. Okay, module, and then exports. So that is the exports, and with this exports I want to export that router. Okay, I will simply export this router. I hope, friend, it's very much clear to you. So now I want to do the same things. Okay, I want to do the same things for our user. Better I copy it because that will be the just like that same, only our model will be changed. I go to that user, and into this user I paste it. Okay, first of all, that will be our name. Our name will be as a user. It will be required our path name, right? So that will be our path. So I want to do here, first of all, we have to go outside from to this folder, like that is our model folder, and into this model folder now I want to take our user, right? So that will be our user model, and I want to load that express, which will be just like that same. The router will be same as the express router. Okay, I simply take it. Now I want to pass all the things in here. That means I want to pass that router in our every app. So that will be the router and then app. Great. Better I copy it, and now I want to do the same things for our every positions. That is a router app, again router app, also again here I want to add that router app, and also there is another one for the delete. I want to simply add it. Okay, I hope, friend, it's very much clear to you. And also we have to export it right now. That means that will be just like that same. Better I copy it from to the task, and in our user, after this I paste it. Okay, you can use that semicolon, that will be better. There is a export, there is a module export as a router module. I simply export from here. Okay, now we have to do, better is click as save all, and now we have to take both of these routes. Okay, both of these routes in our index. So into the index I want to do, better right now we don't need this. Okay, or better I remove both of these from here, because I have already take both of this in our task and then user. So I name one of the variable as a user. Okay, I name it as a user and then router. Okay, routes, user routes, and for the user routes here, that will be the required, because we have to input it. So that means that will be the require. Okay, that will be the require. That means the input, and then I want to take first of all our position. So that is in our same place. That means that here we have to go to that routes folder, right? So into the routes folder, then I have already created for the user, that will be the user, right? I simply import it, and also there is another one. I take that name as a task. Okay, I name it as a task routes, and then that will be the require. And then here the same condition, that first of all that will be go to that routes folder, and then into the routes I have created another file as a task. Okay, I simply take both of this in here. So right now all that our user related routes, I have take it in particular this variable, and also all that our routes related routes, I take it in here, right? So now we have to pass it through the middleware. Here only we have to declare two of this middleware as an app, and then if you want to create that middleware, then that will be the use, right? So now with this use, I want to pass our all that user routes. I simply pass it, and also the same I want to pass our task route, that will be app use, and then I want to pass that our task route. Okay, copy it, and then here I simply pass it. So there is two of this middleware for the user, another is for the task. Now let's check this out, or everything is perfectly working or not. I click as a save all, and now if you go to our database, see to this database right now, into the task there is a two data, and for the user they have the like as a three data, right? First of all, now go to the postman, and into the postman I have already created all that our route. Now I want to recheck it all that route. If you go, so that is for the task, right? So for the task, that is one of the get method. That means it will be get all that our data. Now click as a send. Now it show as a could not send that request. That means it's not get that request. That means they have some of the issues. If you go to our index, into the index I have already loaded both of these. I loaded that user and then task. Into the task area here I have already export that router. and I have export that router. You can see I'm actually using that things in here, so that will be replace our app. Okay, not that here, that will be replace our this app. I simply paste it. Now that will be as a router, and then the post, you can see they have, so also now they have no error. I copy it, and you can see they have some of the issues. As a property, app does not exist on type router. Okay, before actually now we have to simply check it, change it, and replace that router. App I replace with the router, and also here app I replace with the router. Okay, I simply updated that things in our task, and also we have to do the same things for the user. That will be as a only router. Okay, router, and then again the router, I want to take that as a router, and also there is another one, and also there is another one. Okay, great. Now that should be work. Before they have some of the issues. Now there is our router, and then our patch method, you can see they have also no error. Now there is a get method, router get, and router user, that is post. Now let's check this out. Click as a save all. Now go to our postman again into the task, because right now into the task area they have the two data, right? So now these two of this data should become. Now if you click as a send, yes, you can see now it's perfectly get both of these data. So right now they have the two data, and for the get method for the user, if you click as a send, yes, for the user they have the three data, and status code as a 200. Everything work perfectly. Okay friend, now we organize all that our route. Okay, how can do that work? I hope it's very much clear to you. So here I have already take everything in our task area. I have take all that our user related URL, that means the route I have take it in our user.js, and then in our index, into the index, both of these our route for the user, route for the task. I created two of this middleware, and here I pass both of these. Okay, only the issue that will be as our router in here, we have to replace our app to the router. So friend, that's all. I hope friend you will like it very much. Now our index file is very clean. Okay, it's not totally clean. So how can segment your router, how can export some of the router, how can import it? I hope now it's very much clear to you. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.